YouTube, how are you doing? Welcome back. Any of you that are new, hi, my name is Nathan. For everyone that has been following this page, this journey, welcome back. How are you doing? I hope you're good. So today we're going to be talking about decision fatigue. So decision fatigue is a real thing, and it is what it sounds like it is. You can get mental fatigue by making too many decisions. I want to tie this in with normal life, but also if people are undergoing health issues, whether that be acute or chronic, how decision fatigue can affect you, your healing journey, your capacity to move forward, and touch upon how it has affected me. One, particularly having type 1 diabetes, so that in itself, the amount of mental energy that goes into managing that day in, day out in itself is a huge burden. And then if you had lots of other problems, whether that be a lung biopsy, waiting for biopsy results, having part of your pelvis removed because you had a bone tumour, your plate starts to get full pretty quick. So I want to shed some light on what it is, how to watch out for it, and things that you can do to help not get rid of it, but help lower the mental load from all the decisions that you have to make. So when you make lots of decisions, as you make more decisions, you reduce the capacity to then make a good decision. In essence, that's what decision fatigue is. And this isn't just to do with big decisions. It's to do with all the tiny decisions that you make moment to moment, from the second you wake up all the way throughout the day to the time you go to sleep. And the reason why you do get this fatigue is because you have only a finite amount of kind of mental energy or capacity at any given time. Yes, you can energize yourself, restore this energy. That's why daily self-care practices are important. So if we relate this to healing from a health problem, so as mentioned, day to day you make, say, 100 decisions. The more decisions you make, the more it taps into that energy source. You have a finite amount of energy source, and when you are healing, you need to direct as much of your energy into that process of healing, making improvement, moving forward. So the key here is to kind of audit the decisions you make day to day and see if you can make any of them autopilot, plan them, just so it isn't actually a conscious effort for you to think. Because if you are thinking, like we said, about lots of things and trying to make decisions about lots of little things, it will take away from the capacity for you to heal. And when we're talking about mental capacity here, let's just quickly touch upon mindset. And mindset is probably the foundation for your ability to make progress, move forward in anything in life, but particularly when it comes to healing. Your brain, your thoughts are what control everything that you do moment to moment. Your thought processes can change your reality. So what you are thinking about can sculpt your future, particularly healing, how you can visualize. So what you think about moment to moment will sculpt your reality. So it's important that you have enough mental energy to direct that towards that process, rather than thinking of the 101 things that you need to do. So another reason why decision fatigue comes hand in hand in helping to develop and cultivate a strong, resilient mindset to help better heal yourself. So let's break it down, some take-home points of what you can do to reduce decision fatigue day to day. Keep things simple. So the things that you can keep simple, do. So getting up at the similar time, eating the same food. And yes, eating the same food can be boring, and I don't mean eat the same food every day now for the rest of your life, but say if on a Sunday you plan your week's worth of meals and prepare them, say if you eat 4 times a day, that saves 28 decisions throughout the week. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that will have an accumulative effect throughout the week. Clothes. When you're healing from a surgery and you're not really doing too much, you're very lucky that you can wear the same thing day in, day out, and if you're worried about what people think, it doesn't matter because people won't see you, but get that out of your head anyway, because people have their own things to worry about. They're not bothered about what you're wearing. So I wear black, not just through the healing process, but most of the time. Even when I'm at work, I wear black. So if you imagine how many decisions that saves me, top that up throughout the week, the month, again, it all adds up, this accumulative effect, just to free up that mental energy so we can direct it at something more helpful or more productive. And the key with these things is to be consistent with this, because the more you are consistent with it, the more you get this accumulation, this kind of compound effect, but also it will become habit. Everyday life, you have to make important decisions. Sometimes these decisions are amplified when you are making decisions about your health. So what I found is when I am making these decisions is ideally try and sleep on it so you're well rested, and make these big decisions earlier on in the day when you have more mental capacity and more energy. Structure and routine, extremely important at the best of times just for planning life in general, but the reason why structure and routine are so beneficial is when you have your day or week planned out, you don't have to constantly be thinking, what am I doing in an hour or what am I doing tomorrow? That's something that I neglected, especially during the healing process, but I have started it up again in the past couple of weeks, and already I feel that I have more energy, more clarity, I can see things more clearly, feeling less stressed and overwhelmed. So that is extremely important when trying to manage decision fatigue. So if you aren't planning your days, and I know this can be difficult when you aren't in your normal routine or structure, make one and it will help you a lot. So once you've got your day planned and you've got structures in place, make sure that you are dedicating all your focus, energy and attention on one task at a time. Don't try and multitask, it is impossible, no one can do it. All that happens is you do 2 or 3 tasks not as well as you would one. So just focus on the task in hand. So if you are walking, be focused on walking, especially if you're healing from an injury involving your pelvis or legs, just really focus your attention and energy on the walking to get the most out of it. If you're reading, read. Turn your notifications off and just really focus on that. If you're journaling, you're journaling. So you get the message, just do one thing at a time and you will be more efficient and you will get more out of the thing that you're doing. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, or somewhere in the video, self-care is extremely important. We need to be caring for ourselves and we need to be doing things that give us energy. When you're going through a healing process or recovering from a health issue, there will be low days. I think like most things when it comes to mental health, you have a continuum of feeling amazing and feeling extremely low. Health problems amplify this. I know I have felt extremely low on many occasions because there's so many unknowns and uncertainties. You start doubting the process and you can't trust the process and you're worried, and there's so many things that contribute to this that is very difficult, and decision fatigue can play into that. If you are mentally drained through making lots and lots of decisions, by having structures in place to reduce it as much as you can, it can help with making you feel a little bit better and maybe helping you trying to control those low days because you have a little bit more capacity and mental energy to work your way through that. Because when you are feeling low and depressed, you generally feel overwhelmed. You have less capacity. I know that's what it feels like for me, and I guess it's individual for everyone, but you just have less capacity and that overwhelm. So what I've managed to do is to help that overwhelm is help deal with the decision fatigue. And there's obviously going to be lots of facets and lots of factors that create this overwhelm, but if you can figure out all the things that are contributing to it, it can only help. And that's one thing that's helped me, is to manage the amount of decisions that I make day in, day out, just to empty the cup a little bit so I've got a bit more capacity to deal with whatever is being thrown at me. And I just want to say that don't underestimate the mental effects that a physical problem has on you. Just because it's your body, don't think that it isn't going to be affecting your brain, your mental state. It will be. I hope you have found the video helpful. If you have, please do like, share, because the whole purpose of this channel is just to help people. And if it helps just one person, it has all been worth it. If you haven't already, please do click the little red square on the bottom right, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Peace.